Hello guys, Somehotcookies here. Today we are going to be talking about the exclusive details revealed behind closed doors during the San Diego Comic-Con Mortal Kombat 1 panel with Ed Boon and other people on the project, where they showed exclusive in-game cutscenes and story moments to its attendees, showing off more possible characters in both rosters and major story beats. I want to let you guys know right now, we will not be showing off any of the pictures or videos taken by people in attendance at the panels, as those were against policy, but they were able to talk about what they saw, and that's what I'm going off of today. If you guys want to see those, you can wait for their official release if they ever do release it, or find them online for yourselves. Okay guys, with that out of the way, let's get right into it. Towards the beginning, apparently they showed off a big story cutscene which takes place mere moments before the beginning of the Umgadi trailer, which shows Liu Kang and Li Mei inside of the carriage they pop out of during the trailer and start fighting guards. In this scene, Liu Kang and Li Mei are inside of this said carriage, and apparently Liu Kang just finished explaining some major story beats happening behind the scenes to Li Mei, and she summarizes what she was told back to Liu Kang. Li Mei says she can't fathom General Shao committing treason, which leads us to believe General Shao is Shao Kahn himself, and that he is a major story component. Not only that, but he might have a spot now on the main roster, or at the very least, a cameo roster spot. Liu Kang then chimes in that essentially Shang Tsung is pulling his strings and trying to hype him up and playing to his vanity, he says, to do these traitorous things in order to become the savior of Outworld. Li Mei then states that if this is all true, then he would be unstoppable, but she really doesn't elaborate why, and then states that the Umgadi would not be ready for war if it was to come to that. Liu Kang then reassures her that he would help in the Empress's defense, and we know that the Empress in this timeline is Mileena, so he would help protect her alongside the Umgadi if need be. After this, the carriage suddenly stops, and you see the feet, and then finally the characters, Reiko and Motaro, appear on screen, as they seem to be the source of the stop movement to their desired location. Reiko then says Liu Kang isn't welcome in Outworld, and Li Mei retorts that she won't support General Shao and his plot to overtake and usurp the throne. After that, Reiko says they won't live to see the new regime then, and a brawl between both forces breaks out, and this leads to Li Mei bursting out of the cart and fighting, just as seen in the beginning of the Umgadi trailer. It then appears as though Reiko and Li Mei are about to start up a fight for the campaign mode. If this is the case, Reiko would then in turn basically be confirmed to be a main roster character. That remains to be seen for Motaro, but for all intents and purposes, everyone has been hypothesizing if he is going to be in the game, he would most likely be a cameo character, as it would be too hard to make a full moveset, hitbox, etc. for a centaur in a fighting game. Now we jump ahead towards the end of the panel. They showed off the Lin Kuei trailer and it had some extended parts. In this, they appear to be scouting the stronghold shown in the Lin Kuei trailer, where they eventually meet Rain. In this, they show minor bickering between all the brothers, and the power-hungry tendencies of Bi-Han Sub-Zero, as he says he wants to be more of a leader for the people of Earthrealm, and isn't content with the Lin Kuei just being its servants any longer. Sub-Zero then mentions they will finally be fighting a worthy foe, and victory would bring glory, where then Scorpion reminds him that they fight for duty instead. It then cuts away from that scene, showing them all scaling the walls like they briefly show in the Lin Kuei faction trailer, and then once they reach the top, Smoke looks up at something while there's a feral sounding screech, and then the screen quickly fades to black. Since they just scaled a giant wall and it seems to be an open area, people have hypothesized that it's coming from a winged creature or possibly winged character, and because of this they are all saying all signs point to your favorite winged character, Natara. If this is in fact the case, it's possible that after this scene, a fight ensues with her, leaving me to believe that yet again, we have the possibility of another character confirmed for the main roster of fighters. After this, we can assume what we've seen in the Lin Kuei trailer and combat cast is the rest of the canonical order where they beat Natara, then they get into the stronghold where they see Rain, where he is assumingly trying to control or learn how to wield the Army of the Undying, also known as the Dragon King's army, or Onaga's army. Personally, I think this is now all one big spiral. Shang Tsung manipulates General Shao to thinking he has to be the Outworld savior, General Shao is the general of Mileena's army, and in turn has contact with Rain. He then tells Rain to learn and control the army, but beforehand, somehow Rain, being in Melina's inner circle, poisoned Melina with the Tarkat disease by either General Shao or Shang Tsung's order. And from the Umgadi trailer, we know that Rain is in fact in Melina's inner circle, as they're seen all eating together when Liu Kang is there as well. And on top of all of this, earlier yesterday, IGN had an interview with Ed Boon and Dominic Ciancolo, story lead for MK1, and they said that they played with and spiced up but kept the rivalry between Scorpion and Sub-Zero the same, did essentially the same thing with Kitana and Melina's relationship, and apparently the same with Melina's origin. Now, this line in particular makes me believe that General Shao, or Shao Kahn, will in essence still be her creator or father to Melina, like he was before in the previous timeline, and maybe for some reason or another, he gives the order to infect her with Tarkat.
And talking with Ed about it, what he really wanted to do was take that foundation, but take the story in a completely different direction, so that we're surprising people and adding that novelty to it. Yeah. And so being able to play with the classic Sub-Zero Scorpion relationship, playing with Melina's origin, and sort of her relationship to Kitana and Sindel, it was a lot of fun to be able to tweak all of those things and just push them in a slightly different direction.
Yeah, there are hints of things that again, there's always like a competition between Scorpion and Sub-Zero, but now they're not deadly enemies who are trying to kill each other. They're brothers, and it's kind of like a brotherly conflict, right? And so that's like one example of all the kind of things that we've kind of twisted around with the characters, the relationships, and throughout the game.
That was all the information that was given out in San Diego Comic-Con behind closed doors, and my theories to where it all leads, and who I believe is going to be a cameo character and main roster character of everybody mentioned as well. With all that out of the way, I have a couple of questions that I would like to ask you guys. Which of these characters do you believe will be main characters and cameo characters respectively? Are you excited the characters shown behind closed doors will at the very least be in the campaign of the game? And finally, what do you think of my theory on the story so far? Let me know in the comment section down below. Anyways guys, that's going to be it for everything shown behind closed doors during Mortal Kombat's Comic-Con panel. If you guys did enjoy or found it informational, please consider hitting the like button, and if you want to keep up with everything Mortal Kombat 1, make sure to subscribe and keep it tuned right here for further Mortal Kombat 1 content as we get more reveals, details, and eventually our hands on the game. I hope to see you guys next time. Peace!